Alrighty. Oh, hey, Nolus. How you doing? Hopefully this microphone's working well enough. Okay. Camera seems to be working. How's the audio sound? Oh, hey, Joe. Good evening to you too. Just firing up the old phoenixwright.exe. Good. If nothing else, it doesn't have the sort of humming sound that my old phone microphone has. Might need to invest in one of those dead cat things. Same Nolus. Same Nolus. Same. Still onwards and forwards, I guess. Well, not really forwards at the moment. I've got a lot of things I need to arrange, and well, to be fair, I'm not the only one arranging them, and you know. Well, anyway, for 2 hours this evening, I am streaming Phoenix Wright, so let's talk about Phoenix Wright. So, to recap, basically the chief prosecutor, who's this girl here who's sort of Phoenix's replacement assistant, because Maya went off on a sabbatical at the end of the last case. Oh, hey Amanda, thank you. Yeah, went on a sabbatical at the end of the last case, so she's basically his assistant right now. Has been caught apparently red-handed, stabbing one of her detectives and shoving his corpse in the car of Edgeworth. So now it's the trial of the century. And Phoenix didn't particularly want to work as an attorney without Maya around, but hey, you can't say no to an adorable girl, can he? Oh, Nolus, you got hyped for this yesterday by watching a couple of Dumb Things Real Lawyers Have Said but in Phoenix Wright videos. Oh yeah, those are amazing. Personally, what I like are those rules lawyer videos. Can't remember what the channel's called, but basically it had people doing stuff like arguing rules using the Phoenix Wright format. Oh, hey Pony, how you doing this evening? For my part, we are okay. February the 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? What? Are trials always like this with you? Yes, they are. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of the lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Right, Phoenix Wright voice. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Only weapon? A tiny insignificant piece of cloth. Alright, yeah. In the last stream we basically discovered the crime scene photo had an unaccounted for piece of cloth that everyone had missed. Oh, I remember Phoenix wrong. That was fantastic. And thanks for linking those videos, no less. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hold up, partner. Oh, and this guy's... he's used to be a detective, now he's a patrolman, and for some reason he dresses like a cowboy. As you do. Let's say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up his temper. I'm very sorry for my attempt at a Texan accent, by the way. That's what they taught me when I was a young'un, at least. Officer Marshall? Thought I'd come take a look-see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tight and they're forcing enemy territory. That had to slip out, huh? What's going on over there, anyway? Recurring theme in them of lawyers being flabbergasted that autopsies are done on already dead people. Oh yeah, I've heard that sort of really well-known one about the lawyer who's who asked if someone could be alive despite the fact their brain was in a jar. All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. It's possible he could have been alive and practicing law. Such a good burn. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw her that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. Again, I'm sorry for that accent. They're coming in twos now. Is there a, moderator in the house, or shall I get that? There we go. Anyway, what does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns, and sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. Well, that came out of nowhere. February the 28th, 12:32 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume. Wait, I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Oh, Edgy's angry. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. You just described my portrait sprite. How dare you? I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. Hey Jenny. And I ran out of hamburgers, I'm afraid. As a Briton, we're limited to one a month. This is unacceptable. Yes, Joe, he is just a bit on edge, Worth. Not too bad, Jenny. Apart from everything, you know. Me and yesterday was supposed to be my surgery date, so I had to get over that. Yep, no less, he's edging. But, yeah, I achieved some stuff today. Cleared out the freezer. Found some chicken legs, which I cooked in a honey mustard sauce, and that was delicious. The stuff I need for my, obviously I've had this wig a while, I haven't got around to dyeing it, but the stuff I need to dye it arrived this morning, so hopefully I'll be able to do that over the weekend. And, well, I'm stuck doing nothing till Thursday no matter what, so I'm sure I can find something to do. And don't be sorry, Jenny. Yeah, life happens, or doesn't happen, or ends, or... Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna try and focus on streaming either way, so... Yeah. I mean, the other day I actually sort of vented in a another stream's chat, so I feel a bit guilty about that, so... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hope whatever you have to be AFK for, as it goes well. And you're right, Nolis, honey mustard is indeed good poop. Anyway, this is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Okay. Excuse me? Knock knock? Who's there? Whoa. Oh, thanks, Jay. What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Well, there's only a few men who can raise the temperature of a room just by walking in, and most of them are Keanu Reeves. Amanda says it's the devil, Satan. Nolis wishes to know who invited Ganondorf. He does actually look kind of like Ganondorf, doesn't he? Who on earth is he? I mean, to be fair, I do know who he is, but I have to play dumb for the purpose of this stream. Ah, it's you. It's science. Oh. Sorry I'm late, G. The roads are packed. It's just me. Long time no see ya, Angie. How you been? Swim much these days? Ah, hello, hello. No, I've been so busy. How busy, Smizzy? Gee, my boy, you have to make time to relax. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Yeah, hugs aren't my thing, but I appreciate the thought. Yes, indeed. G seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha! Oh, so you're righto. The attorney. I've heard good things about your son. Sorry about that. I need to sort out Nightbot. My boy, relaxing is what two demon prig wizards strive for. Okay, I think that was actually a better cowboy voice than my attempt at a cowboy voice. Thanks. Yep, me when I get a compliment. Oh, so sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the District Chief of Police? Apparently not. Chief of Police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. God. Name's Grant. Damon Grant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Yes, to be honest, I do as well, you know. I have to be clear that that was not... I did not do it deliberately. I just did that without thinking. So, to what do we owe this honour today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. Yep, no less. Demon Gansendorf. But to think, it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. Wonder why his, tyres are cross. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. So this is like when Goofy rolls in an extremely goofy movie and Max loses his poop. Or something you've been half following. Yeah, that's about a fair summary. Either way, Edgeworth is annoyed. Which makes him look very cute, you know. Chief? What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Well, that's the hardcore music. Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... You're head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'd expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at the loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defence a favour first. Yes. Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honour? Well, I don't see why not. What's that emoji? Ah, bongo cat with a pastry. Lovely.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pan my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Okay, it's doing that automatically, so I guess I'll just sit back. The game's playing itself for me. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SLR2. What does that mean?
Well,
I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange.
huh? What is?
I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looks like this somehow. Don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip's broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood.
Switchblade knife added to the court record. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. Maybe it was a gift. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife.
Sorry about my voice today, by the way, everyone. I'm not really feeling it.
Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really.
Department in disorder.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there is evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. Time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
Okay, his voice is killing my vocal cords.
There was a murder at the police department, detective. That's hush-hush information, G. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Objection!
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Shenanigans.
Order! Anyway, we at the department were all aflusters, as you well might assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. Hey, covert operator, how's it going? The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Oh, fun. Fun's good.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Excuse me? Special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of this crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped up in something. A muffler. This knife was found at the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, righto.
Evidence that links the knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time.
Yeah, the desk slams are great.
So how are things at the department?
Okay, I'll just go through all these dialogues.
Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry.
So, something did happen. Why wasn't I informed?
Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You're busy, what with Lena's case and all.
Yeah, right, so. To be honest, I think his nicknames for everyone are my favourite verbal take in this entire franchise.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day?
Yep.
Right up, my boy. On the same day, a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto? I suppose I could help. If you could help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Just directed him, in fact. How the victim was killed, when the victim died.
So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. I can say the crime place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, righto? I can't say I've heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room. There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found.
Yep, someone was tampering with a different case. Or were they?
5:15, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? Murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
be fair, he was electrocuted by Von Karma a few months ago. In-game, of course. Well, I suppose out of universe as well, considering how long it's taken me to get to this.
Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Hey, Izzy Halsbell, how's it going?
Chief Grant, please tell us more about the incident.
1 in 10,000. That's correct, covert operator.
How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything. I please, righto. You understand? Try to understand, righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can be a coincidence.
People who make predictions like that are delusional. How do you mean? Chances like that aren't really comprehensible by intuitive, though, thoughts. Fair enough. And that knife, what was it doing there? To be fair, she is just a kid.
I'd better check this knife out.
Okay. So it's basically signposted that I need to take a closer look at the knife, so let's do that. Okay, I guess the tag was yeah, I guess the tag was the part you... Hey Froy, how you doing? No less. Let me get my rose-coloured sunglasses so I can do math better. I wonder. Ah. That's good, Froy. I'm afraid my voice is going a bit. Okay, let's see if this works.
Wait a second. Ah, at last! An honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ah ha ha! An honest to goodness, what do you mean for Mudgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s, 12 out of 2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside? The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn this around and what you get.
dun 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 dun.
Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing written on the knife's tag.
No need to be so open, no less.
Order! Order! Well, Chief? Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder.
I absolutely love everyone in the chat's reactions right now. It was evidence, as you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice, nice, nice! Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder? And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car? Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Okay. Okay, so I need to guess what the correct thing to ask is. Okay, so we know where they were found, we know when they died, how were they killed? Well, how's the detective killed?
How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing. With a knife.
A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman.
That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Good question. Why indeed is he surprised? So, when did the murder occur at the police department?
Now, that's a sharp question, righto. Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this.
Okay, and that just segs right into the next one. Okay. Okay.
Your Honor, that's it.
Oh. Oh no. Okay, we'll just save scum that. Okay, no contradiction there.
Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime.
The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple of extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. Does using the parking ticket on the time of murder make any sense? Or does that make too much sense?
Perhaps.
To be honest, I don't know. I'm just guessing now. It just shows to know that you never know what will happen when you run a yellow light. Presuming that parking ticket was stamped when he entered. Yeah, it literally says it's from when he entered. And the crime was committed while he was in there, so his car's still there. Yeah, SL9 is basically how they... It's basically how cases are structured. They have 2 letters and a number. Within the Phoenix Wright universe. Okay, so I need to find a... maybe it's here I need to find a contradiction. Okay, guess not. What's the kid's drawing? What do you mean? Do you mean the blue badger? The most cursed thing in the entire franchise. Okay. Two detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department.
That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife. What's it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out.
That's a hedgehog. Quite frankly, just try not to think about it, Izzy. Just try not to think about it. I think the truth of the matter could destroy a human mind. Okay, so maybe presenting the knife. Nope. Nolus thinks it's a badger with a jester's hat on. That's fair enough, Izzy. But you don't want to make it worse, do you? Phoenix is the hedgehog with that hair. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so I need to link the two cases somehow. Oh, I think I've got it. Pardon me. The blue badger looks like it's smiling and crying. Miles Hedgeworth. Okay, so maybe if I bring up the place. So tell me, where is the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room of the police department.
The evidence room?
Wait a second. I have heard of that.
Ah, there we go. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Ah, yep. That's it, I had to go back and ask that again. Well, I already know why the knife is broken, and it doesn't actually have anything specifically to do. That's what it's just its state as evidence. But we'll find out more about that later. Keep forgetting the camera's up there.
There's a connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case.
Pardon me?
With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Ganton to testify about the details. Chief, the defence's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Huh, you don't say. Well, out with it, righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is the place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There does seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See? That's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially?
Yep, Gant ships it. He has taste. I mean, to be fair, isn't announcing everything in court kind of official?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really?
Who'd have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well. I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'd be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And yet we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. I do believe... Yep. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? That they have too many doggone numbers is what it tells us, says no less.
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say that the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Dink. Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just I got confused. And this is news.
Huh?
Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Edgy is proud of his boyfriend. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Oh, shame on you, righto. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. Oh, sorry for scratching the microphone for anyone wearing headphones there. Oh, the Duolingo owl wants me to practice Welsh.
And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number on the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Let's do it as a song. 5842189, 5842189, just call to win.
Objection!
Sorry, I will not beat the chat. You are innocent and you have done nothing wrong. By way of apology, Oh, hang on. I'll do some TSMR when there's a quieter moment.
Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Okay, quiet moment. Let's go. And that's the stream's TSMR. That's right, Froy. Thanks for the that's the artist guy. What's his name? I should know his name, but now it's slipped out of my mind. Bob Ross, that's it. Glad you all approve. Anyway, shall we?
Oh, sharp as a tack, righto? Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what you're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location? That sounds like quantum theory. I do not like quantum theory. You want me to do mathematics? That's homophobic. No, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honour, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait.
I've completely forgotten what voice I was doing for Grant now. Gant.
Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight? The grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? How very well dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Officer Meekins? For those who haven't seen the previous stream, there was indeed an Officer Meekins who brought evidence to Edgeworth but was told to go away because he had a file about a different case. Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Excuse me, but Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lena Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report.
But why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... Uh-oh, music's going silent.
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
Oh, that's a burn. What?
What was that the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Well, it's,
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Yeah, Grant, don't be mean to Edgy.
Normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in a court before trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. I was just doing my job.
No.
No! It seems we've come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumours? You're even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologise for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
But Mr. Edgeworth?
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what's happened, if it's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time, really.
You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honour. Thank you. I mean, in Edgeworth's defence, his solution isn't going to be immediately to murder the defence attorney. Okay, Essie. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you have a nice night, or whatever time of day it might be for you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
To be continued. See, an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, we'll stream for a bit longer then. Just take a moment to catch my breath. Begging your college professors for extensions practically never helped anyway. I know the feeling. Okay, stretch. Posture check. Take a bit of a drink. Breathe in through my nose. out through my mouth. Right. February the 23rd, 2:15 p.m, Rice & Co. Law Offices. Mr. Wright, so... what's going on with the case anyway? Ah, is it? It's 7:15 here. I'm a little confused.
Huh? Well, let me see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police departments are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least.
Alright, let's do it.
Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh? How'd you hit my side?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us.
That was quick.
February the 23rd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. You know, I don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in that evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never! Girl really paid for corrective rose-coloured lenses. Huh? Weird flex, but I dig it. Yep, that basically sums up her personality, to be fair.
Even though they don't get along, even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Is that like a crusher in the background? I think it's some sort of a parking bay thing. Japan, because obviously this game is originally set in Japan, despite everything the dub tries to claim. Does actually have parking garages that sort of slot away cars in like little niches like that one. It's sort of like a vending machine. Because obviously space is a premium, so it's easy. It's actually worth the expense of sort of being able to stash cars like that to save on space.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for? Are you going to raise the dead?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of these things?
Oh, Phoenix is seeing red. To test for a blood reaction, just spray luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find some bloodstains. Finally, it's a shooter. Yep, that's right, Curvos operator. Bold of you to assume teenagers won't drink it.
I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this a blood stain?
I mean, let's hope so. It's so...
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Yep, alien creature approaches. Okay, well, we definitely know this is a blood stain. Again, hopefully. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this? Scientifically?
That'd be the amount of blood.
The perpetrator and Detective Goodman 4 here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. That's why I teleported us across the room. I mean... Look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans where we found the bloodstain, okay? See? I'm pretty to have it handy to have around, right?
Yeah. And this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Skye. I mean, nothing like getting all your equipment from a teenager. Luminol testing fluid. Solution used for scientific investigation. Finds blood traces. Spray. To use. Okay, that's kind of an ominous use of quote marks there. What are you doing other than spraying it? Well, you can't be sure the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's just drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yep, chugging it apparently no less. Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Yes, I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ha.
Oh, ha. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr. You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house.
Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't get my mouth watering.
Today's trial. You certainly put me in a tight spot today.
My apologies, Miss Starr, but...
No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know? I witnessed everything from that security room up right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. Yep, jelly donuts right in our hat. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Also a federal crime. Oh, scary eyes. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honour as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? Her sister. Not her dad. Basically, she's the defendant in this case. Probably because this game doesn't actually have a should this teenage girl be in extreme distress at this point state, so she just smiles by default. So you're a detective, weren't you, mister? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hard on the criminal when they face me, they coughed it up.
Coughed it up.
They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Every day, I drag the dirt after the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. Yeah, that's fair, Joe.
And you were let go? Fired?
I felt that I'd found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident.
SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean...
Okay, let's just present her with... what do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from the case. The murder weapon. It was due for transfer that very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet.
Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident?
Apparently not. Okay, my voice is starting to go, so I'll have to call it here, I'm afraid. Oh, thank you, covert operator. So, yep, thanks everyone for coming. Monday I'll probably be streaming more Night in the Woods, because, yeah, come what may, I'm basically in a self-isolation until next Thursday. I hope everyone had a nice evening. Yep, see you too, Nolus. And I'll just find, when Firefox decides to load, I'll just find someone to stream. Someone to raid. Yep, you're quite welcome, Joe. Bad timing, Machine Lord Zero. I'm afraid I'm just about to head out. Still, let's just test out the new shout-out function that I set up. Wow, that's not... More like I basically stole the code from... Talia via way of Andres. But yep, shout out to Machine Lord Zero, whose last stream was titled Bad Leg Day, #BFarts, where they played Stardew Valley, and you can find Machine Lord Zero at URL below. Huzzah, it works. Yeah, thanks for the raid anyway. I suppose ironically I'd probably have just been about to raid you. Of course, Firefox seems to be playing silly blighters. Yep, you beat me to it. On the plus side, I know my new mic works. On the downside, my voice seems to be going. Oh, you know what? Let me just open all this up. Remember, kids? I can't really show you the box because it's got my address on it. I don't want you to see that. I'll get it's loading. But I'll just open this up. So, what we've got here is a litre of isopropyl alcohol, a bottle of black acrylic ink, and last but not least, some spray bottles. And with those powers combined, what I'm basically going to do is I'll section off a bit of the wig at the top, and that can be May's little bit of red hair, and then if I sort of spray the rest of it down with a solution of acrylic ink and isopropyl alcohol, which sometimes gets called isopropanol, but that's technically not correct. Yeah, if I spray it down with that, basically it'll colour the wig. So pretty much the hard part's going to be, apart from trying not to make a mess, basically it's going to be making it look like it's the top part that was dyed, rather than the rest of the wig. And then I just need to sew up some kitty ears, which should take like 30 minutes. And voila, I have my made from Night in the Woods cosplay. Well, I'll need the t-shirt as well, but I should be able to find that in my own cupboard. I don't know, maybe I should... Nah, yeah, I don't think I have to do it outside, so I can't really stream it. But anyway, Twitch seems to have loaded, so who can we raid? Ah, the Asarkan is playing Destroy All Humans. Oh, thanks, Froy. I mean, hopefully I'll have the cosplay finished by the time I finished Night in the Woods. Okay, it's the underscore Osar can. Okay, so I'll send you all to raid the Asarkan. I'll probably post progress on the wig on Twitter, so feel free to follow me on Twitter. URLs are below. Obviously, I also upload my streams to YouTube, so yep, my YouTube channel's down there as well. I'll be back on Monday with more Night in the Woods. And yep, that's about it. Thanks, Roy. I hope it goes well too. Anyway, not much else to say, so we'll start raiding in 3, 2, 1, and let's go.